So we're on the fourth episode of World of Tea podcast, and we started this podcast with the goal of learning and sharing our learning journey about tea with our community, tea community, and the people who are on our newsletter and following us. Um, and we met last week at the store, and we spoke about the business you work at, and because of kind of like a little bit of the overlap between our worlds, and you ended up telling me about the indigenous teas that you actually have tried and have some and made some, and we were really interested to try the indigenous teas. But before that, just like give us a little bit of a bio about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Who is Kaylee?
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of context. I work just down the road, a couple blocks away at Traceable Textiles, which is a hand-woven textile company here in Edmonton, Alberta. And that's where the crossover came, was talking about nature, talking about plants. I was sharing that we do natural dyes with things like tansy, coreopsis, marigolds. And in our conversation about tea, I also am a budding herbalist and am taking herbalism training currently.
Actually, you're getting education on herbalism. I had no idea about that.
So, do that. That's interesting.
Yeah, Wild Rose College.
Oh, cool.
Which Terry Willard is the person who created it. He's from Alberta, now lives on the coast, and it's all online. They do a few different one-off programs, and then they have a full diploma program and then a master clinical herbalist program as well. So I'm in the diploma, like the Practical Herbalist Diploma, so for myself and for my community.
Can you elaborate more on what a herbalist is? Because it's when you say herbalist, to me, it's I think about someone who is dealing with herbal medicine, perhaps. But I think maybe it's a little bit more broader than that for other uses, like what you guys doing at Traceable Textiles.
Totally, yeah. The world of herbs. From my understanding, herbalism is the use of medicine, the use of herbs as medicine. My introduction to herbs came from being in nature. I had an outdoor education instructor teach me about plants, and I started learning about the medicinal properties of plants. And so I was interested in, when we walk into the forest, there's a medicine cabinet, there's a grocery store, there's so much out there that we don't know. Herbalism is different to something like medicine, where they synthesize and they take maybe plant properties and they create medicine out of them that will really target something, or synthetics. Herbalism works with the whole body. It's holistic and it takes time. There's more of a relationship with the plant than just taking a drug to alleviate a symptom, for example. And they can be a lot less, they can be really powerful and medicinal, but they can also be a lot less intense because they work with the whole body instead of a specific part of the body, like a drug.
So when it comes to herbal medicine, I think there's kind of like from like the modern medicine, there's always this view that there's always side effects, there's always a trade-off, like whatever, the drug works magic right away, but there is a big trade-off always. Is there sometimes that with herbal medicine too?
You do have to consider contraindications. So you do have to think about, if you have, say if you're pregnant, there's certain herbs that you would want to use and that you wouldn't want to use.
That's true. I've heard people who are pregnant shouldn't have like hibiscus.
Great example. Another thing...
Or not have too much of it.
Another thing to think about would be something like ginger. Even if you have a ton of ginger, like say you have an upset stomach and you have a ton of ginger and your body is not used to the ginger, you could have gripping in your stomach. And so in herbal medicine, we often bring different herbs together to create one tea to help soothe the medicine through the body. So with ginger, you would have a digestive aid, or you would add something like chamomile, which is soothing and relaxing for the body. So you get
so it offsets some of the effects you don't want in there.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can, what's lovely about herbalism and herbal medicine is that you can start learning each individual herb to ingest and take a tea or take a salve for specifically what you need. I think that's what I love about it so much, is just seeing what the medicine is doing and what is actually going into my body.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. And then you told me about some teas you have made. Do you want to show us some of the teas you made?
Yeah, I definitely can. Should I
No, like we have actually camera set up
right
on this
here?
tray
Okay.
here, right here. I can, you can, you can talk about it. We will have that, and I can also make them here. I'm gonna. I was thinking if there is any specific way of making it, let me know. Anything I can get you a specific type of pot or an infuser.
Mm-hmm.
We can also just go gong fu style and make it in this thing in small amounts, and then so we can really test it. That's what I've been doing with a lot of the teas.
Great.
What do you think?
Yeah, something I'd love to share just before that is an ethical harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
So the plants that I have, some of them are from the land, some of them are wild plants, and then some of them are cultivated in my garden or a garden that I've been tending to. And specifically when I'm wild harvesting, I have been offered and gifted and shown the teachings of protocol for wild harvesting. So I bring tobacco. Hello, we have
baby here.
a baby here. Yeah, Sarah's here with her baby. But yeah, I've been shown ethical harvesting, so making sure that you never take the first one you see. So it can get really exciting to start learning about the plants that are in our backyard. And we have to make sure that we're not just taking them all and then they are no longer growing for us.
Oh, I see. So they can propagate.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
reason for not taking the first one you see? Like, why is that?
Two things on my journey that I've experienced with that teaching. One of them is sometimes there's only one. For example, morel mushrooms. There's been times where I've been in the forest and I'm looking for them and I see one and it's so exciting.
The only one, though.
But it's the only one there.
So you shouldn't pick it.
So you should leave it there
you should,
and then
look
explore.
around, forage a little more,
That
and
makes
then
sense, yeah.
see if there's a
Totally.
lot, then start taking some, yeah.
It also slows you down. So something else that can happen in our world in general and when you're foraging is this excitement of finding something. And part of protocol, part of ethical harvesting, and part of the magic of native plants and indigenous ways of being is the relationship that you're building. And just like a relationship with anybody, slowing down, getting to know the plant, getting to know the person is a part of that process and a part of the healing process. So if you're going out to harvest medicine, part of that healing process is the connection to the medicine. At least that's the experience that I've had and the teachings that have been passed on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just not something I would have ever thought of myself.
Totally. Yeah. And then there's an offering. So it could be a prayer, it could be a song, it could be tobacco, it could be a piece of your hair. Just as, again, like anything, if you're meeting something for the first time, how would you want to show up and how would you want to say your thanks and your gratitude for taking something? There's a reciprocity that happens. There's a beautiful book called Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And she talks about going into the land and how it's important for humans to go and to connect to nature, how it's not about being scared of taking, it's just about learning how to be in relationship with the land. So I just wanted to name that before we
actually that resonates a lot with me because I don't know if you know, I think we had a chat about that, but I was a chef for 27 years.
Yeah, so
almost 30 years. But and one of the things I learned kind of mid-journey was, I think that's when I really started, one of the kind of turning moments, I would say, was when I realized it's not so much about actually like what's well, you can kind of like, you can make a lot of things, you can follow a lot of recipes, but when you get deeper and deeper into cooking, you realize it's the respect you give to the ingredient. You can take something like, I don't know, like a turnip that it's not very exciting to a lot of people. And then by putting a lot of good craftsmanship into it, by respecting that ingredient and recognizing its flaws and its beauty, right? You can then transform that thing into something that people really love having.
That's so beautiful.
So I think, that really does resonate with me, that when you're saying that the relationship with the plant is the respect.
Yeah.
In a way, to me, it's the respect that you give the plant, and of course, in turn, you'll be able to get more from it.
Yeah. I feel like I have a curiosity and a question about that.
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
know. Do you mind if I ask it? Is it
yeah,
a
of
two-way
course.
podcast? I don't know.
No, yeah, 100%. No,
Okay,
this is a
awesome.
conversation. This is a
Okay, great.
conversation. And
Yeah, I'm so curious about being in the industry, like having that heart and having that desire to hold that in an industry that I've seen be so fast-paced and can be so hard to actually continue with those values. And I'm just curious about that in that industry and how you feel like that has changed moving into this industry.
That's a very interesting question, because it brought up another thing that's very close to my heart, because this was, again, another turning moment maybe. And Sarah, you want to join?
Yeah.
Because this is something happened on the phone with Sarah a few years back. Sorry, this conversation got a little bit emotional to me. But Sarah, I think we opened the restaurant at the Rutherford House. We were kind of 1 year in, and no, 1 year. We 1 year into the contract, but the restaurant was maybe 5 months old.
Oh,
yeah. And at the beginning, the concept and how we started was based on what the museum was looking for. It was more, they were looking for something quick people can grab on their tour in the museum, but what we realized is, first of all, that glass room that we had, people loved sitting there and spending time. And when we had this, like, as a restaurant with 30 seats in such a beautiful place, when we were doing this like $10 sandwich thing, although I love making sandwiches, nothing against it, and I have a lot of respect for people who are doing it, but it's in that space we weren't able to survive. So if I had, like, I don't know, 20 customers come in, they each spent $15, right? And I had to have a staff. My kitchen was downstairs. I had to run food up the stairs, and there's a lot of those like little mechanical pieces in the machine that I think people don't see from outside. A lot of times people come and like, oh, it's so easy. Why wouldn't you just bake this and put this here and put but it's not that easy. It's just you have to fit it into your everyday and make sure it fits into the bigger picture of everything else you're doing. And I remember we were struggling hard. Like I was, and I came to Canada with the dream of opening my own restaurant. Like my whole life was chasing this dream of having my own restaurant. Since I was maybe 16, 17, I just like decided I was a chef. I was going to be a cook. And finally I had it. We're 5 months in and I'm like ready to give up. It's like, it's so hard. So hard. I have a baby at the time, and I have to like make the hard decision. I have to be like, like at some point you have to do what's right for your family, right? It's a passion, yes, but again, I'm a father, and there are more important things than your passion in life, I guess. And I remember I was in a grocery store. I phoned Sarah, and I was like, I was so fed up. And we had this conversation, and I told Sarah, I said, you know what? But this is not even my dream restaurant. My dream restaurant wasn't like this. Wasn't like a sandwich place. My dream restaurant, I was a fine dining chef. My dream restaurant was this restaurant where like I get to cook the best food, based on what's available, and it's not about going and getting what you want. It's about like appreciating what the craftsmanship essentially of these people, of people. You're going to a restaurant for a reason, you're going to eat, especially the type of thinking I had about it, right? I understand. Again, I said I have respect for all the fast food places and everything, because I think there is a place in the world for all of that, but for where my head was at the time. And I think what happened was we were like, I said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm kind of already ready to give up anyways. So we just let's do what we want. Like, I'm going to do 3-course lunches, 4-course brunches. We do only set menus for dinner. And we completely flipped the concept. Wow. Like, and we didn't even ask for permission.
I think it was that day you said, I'm buying this and I'm making chicken pot pie, and that's what's available today.
I was so, because we didn't ask for permission, because I was so over of it. I was like, if they say you're not allowed to do it, I'll just be like, okay, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Because like, it wasn't doing it for us. It wasn't working. And what happened? You say, I'll let you talk about the rest of where it went from there.
It just got busier and busier, and people were like, people would come in and you'd say, this is what, it was literally like, this is the menu, this is what the chef made today, this is what he's serving.
They were delighted that they didn't have to make a decision.
So delighted. Cool. And some people, the only would be like, oh, well, like, I'm a vegetarian. We're like, oh, he makes vegetarian pot pie. Like, if it was chicken pot pie that he made, they'd be like, oh, like, I don't eat chicken. We're like, oh, he has vegetarian ones. He cooks the chicken completely separate. He'll make you a vegetarian pot pie. And they'd be over the moon. Yeah. Like, wow, that's amazing. And the food became so much better.
Food became so good because we were all like, there's like 4 people in the kitchen making one dish.
There's something special about that too, because not only is everyone's making the same dish in the kitchen, but everyone outside of the kitchen is now eating the same thing. Like everyone.
Yeah, no, we were exactly. We were all and everyone in the restaurant. Yeah, we were all. So the dish was a conversation piece. Everyone was exactly talking about the same dish in the restaurant. Always, yeah. Today was amazing, or like I had a regular who was pretty blunt. Rob would come in every day. And like I always love having that too. Like it's actually not good. It's actually not good when you have customers who will just tell you how great you are all the time.
Yeah, Rob would be like,
I actually like some honesty.
Rob would be like, this potato's no good. Your potato last week was great. This potato's no good.
Yeah, exactly. So then and another thing was interesting because we were so and in general, I think the problem with the modern diet right now is we eat a lot. We eat out a lot, and which is economically makes sense now because there's a lot of restaurants and kind of like that you can find anything in any price range. It's pretty convenient, and a lot of people have figured out how economically make it work to not cook at home at all sometimes. You know what I mean? And I had customers who would come to my restaurants like 4 or 5 times a week. And I remember one time our server got mad at me actually, and she's like, you know how much that guy tips me every week? Because I told the customer, don't come here every day, you'll get sick. Like, this is, we don't optimize for health. Like here we make everything so like there's layers of butter and salt and cream and everything. Like it's so good. I know, but you gotta take it easy, man. Like go and then maybe then I didn't make exceptions, but like sometimes for some customers I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make you just a salad today. Just. But yeah, it's that connection to people at the end of the day, because there isn't a crazy amount of money in it. I know you can make a lot of money from restaurants. There are examples, but most restaurants, I would say, most restaurateurs aren't in it for money. It's one of the hardest businesses, universally known to be the hardest business to survive in. And there's so much competition, like crazy amount of competition. and for me it was about connecting with people, and I think that what got us going. Yeah. So then you get to a point you're like, oh, like, you know, that this guy is my friend, kind of, in a way, you know. He's here all the time, so you start caring about them, and you know, you want to make sure.
Yeah. And the transition then to the vintage fork happened after what? Did you say that you wouldn't want to work in the restaurant?
No, I actually, that's also cool you asked that. It was complete accident because of COVID, and because we were the building was operated by Alberta Heritage and Culture. Their mandate was not to run a takeout place. Of course, they're a museum, so we didn't have the same kind of deal every other restaurant had. They were doing takeout, and they were getting support that way. I think the only way we could get support from our community was through tea. So we put up online kind of e-commerce on our website, and it started. Actually, a couple people reached out and asked. I think they wanted to support us probably. And we were adamant for our high tea, afternoon tea at the restaurant. We should have really good tea, and that also, I think, had something to do with it, because people wanted, the people were buying some of that tea, and you know, it's I was doing, at the time I opened a pizza business. I was really busy with that, and Sarah was doing the tea by herself.
Oh wow.
She had like 12 types of tea and a bunch of like labels. They were all like in a stack, and slowly she was bringing in some more. And what happened was we did a pizza for a year, and then I came back, and we were doing our taxes, and we looked at the numbers, and I was like, wow, she is doing as much revenue as we're doing in pizza with 3-4 people here. And she's doing it all by herself, and I looked at the numbers, and like, she was actually making money. We were losing money. So and pizza is very competitive too. Like, there is a pizza shop in every corner of the town. And then I decided, why struggle? Like, this thing is good. I'm just gonna help her, and we should just grow from there. And when I came in, we brought way more system into the kind of.
That's when things really started, when you let the pizza go and decided to go make the tea shop happen.
We decided this is our business. We're going to just go all in. And from there, it was a great learning journey. I was chatting with a lady in China who harvests tea and from like ancient tea trees. Like, this is a very cool story. Actually, we're trying to connect to our audience as well. And I was telling her once, she taught me a lot just in a course of a chat in a couple days, and I was telling her, I was saying, I'm from Iran, and we drink tea all day long. Like, it is going all day long we call it a samovar. It's like a thing that has hot water in it, and it has a little thing on top, crown on top, where you could put your teapot on top, and because of the steam from heating up the water, your tea up there also stays warm. It's kind of a Russian thing, samovar it's called, and it's very common in Iran, in those parts of the world. And we had tea all day long. We basically, any kid, like from the age of 6, I'd imagine I would have been drinking 3-4 cups of tea every day. And then older we got, even more, maybe 10, 15, you know what I mean? And what's so fascinating is I never had thought about it much, which is like, go to a store and just get whatever tea on the shelf, whatever brand our family was using. And I never thought there was much more to it, you know? I didn't even seeing some fruit teas, I was a little bit like, wow, there could be fruit teas back in the day, you know, before getting into the whole restaurant business. I think I started learning a lot when we started the restaurant. Well, enough about us. I want to try some of these and learn from you what you have to
all right,
tell us today.
Well, maybe I'll begin opening up this one, which is Labrador Tea.
I heard
people
about
phone
that.
and ask for Labrador tea,
Okay.
and I'm like,
Yes.
no, I don't have
I'll
anything.
pass it around the table first before we go to the screen.
That smells very like sage-like kind of.
What is the plant?
It's a shrub.
It's a shrub.
So you can tell that it's Labrador tea if you take one of the leaves. On the underneath of the leaf, it's orange and it's fuzzy.
Oh,
So it's
this
a
has the hair.
very-
See?
Very particular.
You know,
leaf.
like, did you know tea also have this hair? The fuzzy?
No.
It has it. It has it not as this much probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is actually one of the signs of quality Camellia sinensis leaf. Is like if you look at your brew, you'll see little hairs floating in it.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah, in the sunlight you can see it.
I had no idea. Yeah. Yeah, that
Interesting. And what is the plant? The plant has a name. Do you know it?
I don't know the Latin name. That's something
Do you wanna
that
look
we
that
could
up?
look up.
Can-
Yeah.
Labrador tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can look that
Those
up.
are I'm not quite there on my level of knowledge.
That's why. That's why we have. That's why we have
The
Amanda
data.
here.
Yeah, that'll be.
Should I like brew some of this for us?
Yeah, we can.
Sure. Is it one of the ones that you can drink daily, or you
I wouldn't drink it daily.
you should be careful how much you drink? Kinda?
Yeah. It's good.
Is that a lot?
I would go
Well, in this style, you do a lot and you do few washes though. You like
Yeah.
we would do 40
And-
seconds and then.
there's also 4 of us, maybe 5, who will have some, so
Okay, yeah.
that should be good.
That
Yeah.
should be good.
Yeah,
The,
so this
the common name is the bog Labrador tea, also muskeg tea, swamp tea, or in northern Canada, Hudson's Bay tea. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, like little flowers. Does that look right?
Oh yeah, the little white flowers, yeah. Yeah, this was the first tea that came to me through my outdoor education teacher.
And how
Mr.
long do you
Dickey.
brew it usually?
So I would brew it for no more than 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's good because we put a lot in there. We should just be good.
Yeah. That's a really cool little pot.
And the color is always that light, or you get more color out of it usually?
That's
Usually the color.
yeah, this is also dried tea. If you had fresh tea, I think the color would be darker.
Oh, so it is also brewed fresh, like fresh leaves.
It can be brewed fresh for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
And it does have that.
Bit of a tinge to it.
this is very new for me, like all of the taking a look at each tea like this.
So it's good. We're learning from each other a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then get you some.
Thank you.
Get you some.
Thank you.
Get some. Just put them in.
Thank you.
And Lily, come get some Labrador tea. It has an interesting smell,
It
like a smell of that I would get from dry fish or something.
It does have a bit of that seaweed vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Oh wow, that is pleasant. So, and these are not processed like tea, so because the leaves are not rolled or anything, they're just like
No.
a straight up open leaf.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
just the
one
leaves.
more steep of it
definitely.
to see if it gives more. Kinda.
So you said this was the first one you ever learned? How long ago was that?
I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a really long time ago. And I was camping with my outdoor education class.
Oh yeah, with
And so
school.
we brewed it over the fire for the first time. And most teachers in that setting, when they're teaching kids about something, you say, like, now's not the time to forage it. You know, like, they teach you about it, but they just, liability-wise, they'll often say don't. So me and my friends, late into the evening, we went and foraged Labrador tea and brewed a little bit over the fire, which was
That's awesome.
really
Probably such a
special.
good memory.
Yeah, very, very, yeah. Yeah.
Something about making tea over the fire, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
Like
super
actually
special.
boiling the water and like having like dirty kettle. that you just
Ashes,
exactly.
ashes if you don't have a lid on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you're talking about rolled tea. A tea that I didn't bring with me today. Maybe you've heard of it before. It's called Ivan Chai. And it's a fireweed tea, a fireweed leaf tea. Fireweed is...
Once you said to me, I think. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, explain. Yeah.
It's a really tall plant that has purple pink flowers on the top, and then these long leaves coming off from the bottom. And Ivan Chai is made by fermenting the leaves. So you'll take the leaves fresh and you'll roll them in your hands, and then you'll place them in a jar for 2 to 4 days. And every day you'll open up the jar to let it air
the gas out.
Yeah, and then close it again, and it's like a wet ferment of the leaves. And then after it's been fermented for those 2 to 4 days, then you dry it. Yeah, and it's like a little rolled it kind of looks like
oolong.
That's similar. Yeah, and
seems like a very similar process to
too.
oolong. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's what do. Some oolongs are fermented. I don't know if all are. I was actually wondering about that. Can you Google that?
Yes,
Are all oolongs fermented?
I like the second much more.
Oh, it did give.
Yeah, totally. Nice.
I like them both actually.
I find I can taste it
But
much more.
it
Yeah,
gives
this does have more
now
flavor.
you get more of
I
a
really
complex
like,
flavor from.
very
Yeah.
light teas in general though. I typically like those.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about tea. I think one of the things a lot of people don't get about tea is the subtlety. I think it's supposed to be subtle. Like, I feel like coffee kind of punches you in the face
Yeah.
as you take a sip.
Yeah.
But like tea is like you have to really dig in, kind of like.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Sorry, I think I found the oolong tea here. I asked Google, are all oolong teas fermented? And the AI overview says, yes, oolong tea is considered fermented. But when you go and you read a little bit further, it looks like it says green tea is unfermented and it's oxidized.
Yep.
And black tea is fully fermented.
Fully oxidized.
Fully oxidized.
Cool.
But oolong tea is fermented.
That's what makes it oolong.
Yeah, it says
One of the
all
things that
are,
makes
though,
it
just
oolong.
I guess just differently classified.
Very cool.
Nice. What is the next on the? Let me.
I think, well, I would probably go with this one.
What
Which
that
is,
one?
this is a very special tea. I'm currently building a cabin up north, and part of that, building from raw land, means a lot of clearing of brush. And the brush up there has a bunch of this, which is called Usnea, or old man's beard, and it's actually a lichen. And this tea came to me a couple of years ago. The medicinal qualities of Usnea are really good for respiratory, and they almost look like when you think of your respiratory,
It looks like those
lungs.
little, like,
It
looks
looks
like all
like
the
your
bronchial
lungs,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Alveoli. Yeah, so that's a way to connect. Sometimes with certain plants, you'll have these signatures, and the plant will have a signature for what it is good for in the body. This is one of those medicines that does that. And right now, it also takes a long time to grow, which is why it's so special that I have such a big jar of it. But it's because we're building, and every time that I clear trees, I've been taking the Usnea off and drying it.
So if it was available commercially, it would have been an expensive tea.
Yeah, it would be, and because it takes a long time to grow, kind of like old growth forest.
So you foraged this
Yes.
yourself?
Yes.
So if I was to offer you money for that,
I
right
don't
now,
know.
how
I'm
much would
like-
you? How much would you be taking to
I
part with it?
Yeah, it's
I recognize
hard to
that smell.
say.
I grew
Yeah.
up like in the country, and I recognize that
Yeah.
smells.
And
like
I'm
my
saying
childhood.
I'm not gonna buy it from, but I'm saying hypothetically.
I
you know, it's
I
like-
don't have a price at the moment. I'm like, I haven't sold any of the teas that I've had at this point in my life have been gifted. Like I've gifted them to people, and so I don't know. I don't have an answer for you at the moment.
Sorry,
I have to do more research.
I'm a tea tradesman. I have to find out.
Yeah. What would be the value? It's so, I mean, so this tea came to me when I was on the West Coast in Vancouver Island, and I actually had a really bad respiratory infection. And I was walking a dog, I was out in the land, and there was this branch that had fallen, and this Usnea looked so bright. Like, it was almost like it was glowing at me, and I decided to take some home. And there was someone there who was an herbalist, and he shared with me that that particular plant is really good for respiratory infections. So that's a way that the plants can the relationship that you begin to have with the plants and the way that they show up in your life. Because they're totally alive, living things, and
that's true.
The more that we connect to the plants, the more that they can help us and we can help them. So this plant is very special to me for that reason. It showed up at a special moment. It showed up at a very important time of my life. And it's a blessing to have so much of it in a time where respiratory infections obviously are very common. But it takes a long time to grow. And it also cleans the air of the forest. So when you see it on the trees, you know that it's working really hard to have very good, like you're breathing in very clean, very good oxygenated air, which is also very special.
And what kind is it? Is this a shrub, you said?
This is a lichen. So it's a mixture of a fungus and an algae. Yeah. Yeah, and it grows on trees, like pine trees. You'll see it, spruce trees.
And is it also supposed to be, the soup color is...
also light.
It's supposed to be light like that?
Yeah.
This is almost like it gives no color.
Yeah.
It's pretty
light. And
watercolor.
yeah, we may not taste a ton, but it is the medicine is there.
But it is there, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It definitely has a smell like... Reminds me, have you had natural gum from a tree?
Oh, like the sap?
The sap.
Uh-huh.
It has... Do you think it has a little bit of a sappy?
It smells like some kind of food to me, but I can't place it.
I feel like there's a lot of
taste, a little bit
actually.
of a sap.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
I love
like,
that so much.
Yeah. And like tree bark kind of.
Very barky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it's wrapped around. That's what it grows off of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
I like this one.
Let's do a second one of this. It feels like this is not your normal, like... Because it's not leaves. This looks more like roots.
Yeah, I actually thought it was like some kind of moss when you pulled it out the first time. That's what it looked like to me.
Like a moss. Lichen
looks
and
like-
moss.
isn't
I was close.
Similar, yeah. It took me a long time to remember if it was a moss or a lichen.
Interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Usnea.
Usnea.
Yeah. Really good for the immune system in general also.
And do you know where it grows? Like...
A lot of old growth forests. Newer forests, because the trees, it takes a long time to grow. So you would need the tree to be established for a long time for the lichen then to take a hold and grow. But a lot of the boreal forest around here has. And yeah, this comes from about an hour and a half north of Edmonton.
Of Edmonton.
And also near river systems. So that also creates more moisture in the air because it will grow. It has a harder time growing in really dry climates.
Okay, because you said it's a type of... It's a little bit like a fungus?
Yeah, it's a fungus and an algae working in symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it's still quite strong.
Very interesting.
And that would be a good question about something like this. How many brews could you get out? And especially when it comes to medicine, that's not an answer that I know. Something like chaga, which you may have heard of before.
Yeah.
It's a fungus, and you can brew that so many times and still have such rich medicine from it. Chaga is special because it has cancer-fighting properties. It's like a
Interesting.
yellow and brown.
And does chaga grow in Alberta as well?
It does.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Often on birch trees.
Birch
High
tree.
up on a birch tree. Yeah. And it's a
Interesting.
fungus that will attach to the tree and take over the tree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's because like fungus, mushrooms can be made into tea as well. I'm sure
Oh, I have. Yeah, you take that.
you can also give it to pets if you.
Aw.
That's what you're supposed to do. Give them tea when you'd have extra. Just give it. You don't throw it away.
Little
You give it to your
offering.
yeah. It's
I
like
love
your
that.
pets.
I was looking at these little frogs. I love that so
They
much.
spray
It's
like
fun.
if you actually if I put it in the cold water and then pour hot water, they spit water out. And this one changes color.
That's so cool.
This one,
Little tea creatures.
yeah, they're like
Wow. That's special.
so interesting. Even after brew, what it looks like.
Cool. Does anyone have an inkling for
I'm gonna be honest. I'm very curious because this is catnip.
the catnip?
Very
yeah.
curious.
Let's do that one next.
Okay.
Very
awesome.
curious. I was
Let's
like,
do that
interesting.
next.
So
Sweet.
we can have catnip too. Is it? Does it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, that was the
Sorry,
first
I
thing I
should
thought of.
talk
I was
to
like,
the
for
microphone.
humans?
Do we get a high drinking catnip?
We do not. It
We
is
do not?
actually a mild sedative for humans, so it's really relaxing. For
It is
humans.
relaxing.
Yeah, for
But cats get high.
yeah, yeah, and we'll open it up and you can smell it. It's also a part
It's
of
so
the mint
hilarious
family.
when cats find catnip.
know.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
make
I
an
love
offering to all the
catnips.
neighborhood cats
Yes.
at the end of the podcast.
Yes, we definitely.
And
I
we
have
can
so
film
much.
it. Just
Yeah.
throw some catnip so I bet 15 cats will show up.
My catnip went crazy this year, so like
Oh, it
it's
smells so good.
it's
You grew this
every-
one?
Yes, everybody
Kinda
with
smells like mint.
cats will be getting catnip for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And what's interesting
This does
about
smell
it,
good.
it grows as the plant, but it's not until you like mull it with your hands that it gives off the scent that makes cats crazy. So they won't go to your plant unless they
Until
figure
you-
out that if
you
they
kinda
chew
like-
or rub
okay.
it, then
Like sage, kind of. If you mull it, it gives.
then
us-
it gives the smell.
Do you so should I like pack a lot? Like, cause I know the raspberry leaves, for example,
Yeah.
you have to like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
so-
you can do
from like
full.
the type of
Yeah.
leaf it is. It just gives me the feeling.
Yeah.
It feels like yeah.
Yeah, and I love the taste, and the smell is really interesting. I also grew lemon balm this year, which looks so similar to catnip. They're such similar plants. They're both in the mint family, but the smell is distinct, especially once
So
they're
catnip
dried.
is in the mint family.
Catnip is in the
Oh,
mint
I knew
family.
it
It's a
smelled
bit
like
minty.
mint,
We
yeah.
have a tea
Yeah.
that has lemon balm in it.
Yeah.
Our belly become has lemon balm in it, and
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, is this lemony?" It's like, no, it's
Yeah.
actually part of the mint family.
And what's
it
interesting-
enhances the mint of the belly become tea.
Totally. And the mint, catnip, and lemon balm, they're all like relaxing for digestion.
Yeah.
All three of them are relaxing for digestion. That mint family is just so good for the belly.
So catnip has good for digestive
too.
kind of
Yeah.
properties as well.
Yeah, and it's a relaxant, so calming.
I never thought I was going to drink catnip.
Me
Me
neither.
neither. I was a little
I'm
worried
actually
and a little excited when I
I'm
saw
actually
it.
excited about it because
I know. I'm very curious though.
curious, yeah. Like all those time what Lincoln was what was all the
All the fuss about.
fuss about? Because we had a cat, Lincoln, who's passed away.
Aw.
He was the best cat.
For
Everybody
Lincoln.
loved Lincoln.
Oh, the smell is like
Mm-hmm.
it smells like potato.
Mm.
It's a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
I
totally.
can see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
this
a
is,
good strong brew
That's
too.
I was gonna say
That's-
that's pretty strong.
That's a strong.
That is very nice.
It is like
actually.
potatoey and minty at the end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it
Really
is.
A bit
interesting.
like almost like a bite, like a
Mhm.
little bite.
A little
I
bite of
could
mint
totally
at the end.
make a broth out of this and
Oh,
make
that
some
would
sort
be
of a like
good.
a some sort of a soup.
Oh,
You know, like
totally.
Good.
very
Yeah.
savory.
That reminds
Yeah,
me
very
of like
savory.
a nettle, like making a nettle soup. Nettle's another one that I don't have here right now. There were so many that I could like. I couldn't bring the whole shelf. But
Totally.
nettle tea is I don't know if it's in the mint family. That would be something to look up because it may be. But it has, you can make soup out of nettle, and it has a frothiness to it. Which creates almost like a milky soup, and it has a very unique flavor as well.
We have a tea that has nettle in it. I can't remember if it's Lullaby or Spearmint Harmony.
Okay.
But one of our teas has nettle. Is one of the ingredients is nettle.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if it's a part of the mint family or not. 'Cause I don't know.
I'm gonna probably not say this right. Urticaria?
Urticaria.
Yeah. Something like that. And it says like also nettle family here. I mean, you would know more about this, but that's the Wikipedia page there.
Oh yeah, Urtica diaca. Then so it's its own family. Then the Urtica. Okay, which I imagine hemp would be maybe in this as well.
Oh, this is a brew.
Yeah, that's a big one. So not.
But
part of the
I really actually enjoyed the
it's
flavor.
Like its own little thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Almost has dill in it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Like, you know, like a potato salad with dill in it.
Oh,
yeah, you're right. It,
yeah.
it totally has dill flavor.
Thank you. I'm also a dill fan. That's so fun. Never will I drink this the same.
I totally use this in cooking.
I'm really loving the second brews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the second one. On
Second
this one.
brews are the best brews.
Yeah.
It's
Oh wow, there's so much.
it's supposed to
more
because it opens up the leaves kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they
Wow.
sit in there, they also like kind of still. Once you pour the second time the water on,
Yeah.
kind of releases
like
the
a so
most.
flavorful.
The
Yeah, I
most,
really like
the
this.
most
Like-
intense
Yeah.
comes in the second.
This is super intense.
I feel like I get like 3 different waves of flavors.
Mm.
It's almost too intense for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh.
That's happened to me with
I
green tea a
love
lot.
the savoriness, kind of the umami
like
in
it.
it.
Yeah.
don't
I would
think
like
I
to
could
offer
have
that
it
to my pets. Too
all
much.
day, but I like it.
No, this pet will drink that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Catnip. This is a really fun experience for me because, of course, I drink tea, but not really in this way where I'm around a table and I'm doing multiple brews. And considering the flavor notes, like this feels so fun for me. So thank you all.
Oh, thanks for coming.
It's also pretty new to me. Yeah, I like it though. Very communal.
Yeah. And like that's a part of that relationship with the plant, you know, like I have my own relationship with these plants. Having grown it from seed, having harvested it, having it be its second year, collecting more seeds now for this year, but I haven't had this relationship with the plant, and so it's cool to have that be a part of the experience. We have a couple of more. Do you have?
I'd like to try the raspberry leaf.
Awesome.
We have a raspberry leaf in our shop. I would love to see the difference.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give that to you. And I don't know if you know a bit about raspberry leaf.
I know that it's really important for like women's health.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where like you're when you're pregnant you shouldn't drink it, but then at the very end when you're about to go into labor you should drink it.
Drink it. That's right.
And it's supposed to help with menstrual cramps and
Yes.
other like menopausal symptoms as well. Like it's like a women's powerhouse tea kind of.
It is.
That must be like all the raspberry dark chocolate too. That must be where that comes in.
Yeah. It's also a part of the rose family. Which is kind of fun, which is why it has the thorns on it.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're prickly.
Yeah, I haven't picked a raspberry bush in so long.
The Edmonton back alleyways. We have raspberry bushes in our
Yeah, it's like
backyard
everywhere
Yeah.
in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And the leaves are abundant, which is really awesome.
Yes,
Which
they
is
are,
like
even in our
one of those
backyard.
things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like for example, this raspberry leaves was probably one thing we can completely go local.
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
for sure.
If
100%.
and I wonder like where's our raspberry leaves coming from, Sarah?
I'd have to investigate. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's-
and see, because you could do.
It smells the same
definitely.
as ours.
You go on their website and it'll say your back alley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bonus points if you see us picking them.
Yeah, that's right. Come and pick your next brew. Yeah, fresh raspberry leaves are also really amazing. That's typically what I do. If I'm on my menstrual cycle, I'll go to the backyard and I'll just pick leaves for myself. Yeah, fresh leaves.
And the color is
Golden.
Oh, I like the color.
very nice color, actually.
I love the smell.
I do too. Smells like a candle, but like in the best way.
This is definitely a little bit
yeah.
different than our raspberry leaves. Don't you think?
No, I think it's pretty similar. A raspberry leaf should be a raspberry leaf, right?
Well, it depends where
Depends
it comes from.
where it's
maybe.
grown and
Yeah, and
circumstances.
something that I've been really curious about this year is time of harvest.
Yeah,
That's something that I noticed with the fireweed was the leaves and the fermentation, because there was more of a process that I was involved in. I noticed, what would this be like if the leaves were more mature? What would it be like with like just after the frost or something like that, like a rose hip? So I'm curious about time of harvest for different teas too. It's not something that I know.
It does make a difference for sure.
Yeah.
That, and also like what leaves you pick, I think makes a difference too. So are you taking those top buds leaves and they call it the bud and the two leaf method, which is like how they pick tea. I know in tea it matters a lot. I imagine in other plants matter a lot.
Yeah.
Also the age of the plant. I didn't know this, but so I thought even we were experimenting with some tea tree seeds here to grow it. First of all, it's almost impossible to kind of like get them to germinate.
That was a bit of an epic failure when we
That's
tried
like
our own.
yeah,
It
we
was
totally
almost
fell
impossible.
flat on
It
that.
was
It's
so
just
hard
like
just to
it
find
was
seeds.
For raspberry specifically?
No,
or?
for the Camellia sinensis plant. We tried to grow
for
just
tea
like as an
plant.
experiment.
Yeah, actually tea plant. Yeah,
Oh,
Camellia
okay.
sinensis, and
Yeah.
it was really hard to cultivate because like it germinate like we couldn't even get it to grow.
Yeah.
And maybe we should try again.
Yeah.
but,
Maybe we should get you some seeds.
Get you some seeds. Maybe you have a
I could
green
try
thumb.
for
Yeah,
sure.
see if you can grow it.
Yeah.
Go through the rigorous process
Yeah.
of like
Seeing what it wants.
yeah, exactly. And what I learned is you can grow a tea tree. First of all, first 5 years, the leaves are not good for tea. So it takes 5 years
Flavor of
before you
that.
actually can harvest it.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
And best tea comes from ancient tea trees
Right.
that are hundreds or thousands of years old.
Wow.
And I was reading up on it of to why, and it's because the roots essentially have gotten deeper, and it has much more of a root system. Because of that, it's able to generate way more complexity, and some of these leaves that are harvested from tea trees that are over 200 years old. You see how we do 1, 2, 3 brews. A lot of these teas we did, like with this raspberry, probably we'll do 3, 4 brews for us. A lot of the good teas we have, like the pu'ers I have here, I could do 6, 7, 8 brews.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome.
But apparently these teas, and I haven't actually tested it yet myself, but and I've ordered some coming in. They're very expensive. We will try it. It's apparently you can brew it 12 brews
Wow. Yeah.
to 15 brews even. So it has more resin in the because did you know tea has resin? So you can also get actually tea in a resin form, and you can just like drop a tap in your water
In
bottle.
water. That reminds
It's like
me
a
of
tea reduction resin.
like shilajit. That's it's an Indian.
Indians
Ayurvedic-
have that as well.
Well, it's a resin from a plant. It's the only one that I know of, and it's only been in the last month.
I wouldn't be surprised because
heard about
India is one of the biggest tea.
Tea, yeah, India
countries.
and Nepal. I'm not quite
you're-
there yet.
you're not yet. I like the raspberry leaves have a little bit of a kind of a
More bitter.
citrus flavor to it, but it's not lemon citrus. It's a different citrus. It's
Mhm.
It
like
tastes like raspberry. It tastes like a hint of raspberry. It's
it
good.
does taste
Yeah.
like a hint of raspberry, yeah.
Floral
Floral
to it a bit.
citrusy kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. It is a pleasant
nice.
leaf to drink for
It is,
sure.
It's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Our daughter went and made her own tea blend last weekend.
She went totally foraged bunch of leaves, and who was making sure they're edible?
She knows what mint is, and she knows what she made a mint clover blend.
Clover.
She meant the mint clover blend.
And she
yeah,
knows what
like,
both those plants
and,
are.
and it tasted great.
It
Like
was
I
pretty
actually enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That's really sweet.
So she's
Tea
making her own
blender.
tea, and like
Aw.
sometimes I make suggestions, and so she was telling me that this is what was it that I made suggestion? Oh, because I had some blooming teas, and I was making videos of these blooming teas, and then she had like she picked it the flower bud that hadn't bloomed yet, and then she was like, I'm gonna put it in water, and this is gonna bloom. And I was telling her, no, I don't think it's gonna bloom, Jamie, because those blooming teas are actually dehydrated, and when they get rehydrated, that's why they're blooming. So I was trying to explain to her, but in her own way, like a stubborn way, she was like, "I'm gonna try it anyways. You can't stop me."
Yeah.
She literally said
She
that
has
to
to
me.
go through it.
You can't stop me
Yeah.
from trying it. And I was like, you know what? You should try it, and I have no intention of stopping you, because that's the spirit. Go for it, girl.
Exactly.
Like, you try it. There's no harm in trying it, and
Yeah.
why should I want to stop you, anyways?
Definitely,
So-
it's special. It's special that she's connecting to it in such.
She loves plants and gardening.
Yeah.
And she loves
it.
tea, actually. She loves fruit teas currently.
Yeah.
Like, she totally loves making tea for herself.
Aw.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
I'm actually more curious about this. Should we go for this next and
Yeah.
then go for the peppermint?
Because we all know what mint tastes like. So yeah,
Yeah.
go with that one.
Okay.
What is this? Horsetail?
Horsetail. Yeah.
Horsetail. It says other things.
Perryvale.
Perrywell.
That's where it was. It's where it was collected from.
So
Basically.
horsetail is. Am I allowed to break it?
Absolutely, yeah. Put it out,
Horsetail is. This looks like a pine tree.
It's a really ancient plant. Often grows by waterways. It's one of the most
interesting
ancient
smell.
plants that we have.
In
North
Canada,
America.
in North
Yeah.
America, really.
Yeah. And it's really good for hair growth. So whether it's hair on your head or your cuticles, your eyelashes, your eyebrows, it's really good for making salves with it because of that. Like a salve for your cuticles, or like people put it in eyelash serums.
And this is coming from like these are like indigenous people use them before, or
Definitely. Yeah.
is it coming? Is this an indigenous wisdom essentially? I'm asking.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
this is something.
The first time that
Is that too much? Maybe that's enough.
That'll be good. That'll be perfect. The first time that I learned about horsetail was from an Indigenous woman. I was in Montreal, and she creates teas and creates salves, and she actually had an eyelash serum that she used horsetail in, and so we started talking about horsetail and the different uses of it. And we have a lot of it up north. So this is actually my first harvest. This year would be my first harvest of this tea.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have you done much harvesting outside of Alberta? I remember you said you did one thing by the West Coast, but have you done most of it in Alberta?
Good question. I mean, I grew up in St. Albert. So I grew up north of Edmonton, and I guess I was 14 when I started to learn about plants, and then when I was 18 I moved to BC immediately, and I was in the snowboard world for a long time, and outdoor education and guiding, and so I was out in nature all of the time. And then I worked in Alberta near Rocky Mountain House, and I did natural interpretation, and so I would go out with kids and we would talk about plants like juniper berry and aspen, and it really instilled my love of sharing knowledge as well. And the owners of the outdoor education camp that I worked at, it's called Hela Ventures, HELA, because Henry and Lana were the ones who created it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it still exists today. Kids from Edmonton, sometimes Calgary, St. Albert, they go out for a few days, up to 2 weeks at a time, and just live in the cabins and out in the woods. And yeah, natural interpretation days were my favorite.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It was
Those
super
were always like the
fun.
best field trips too. When you gotta go out
Yeah.
to like the forests or
super
something.
published.
Totally. And you get to have school credits. So I went there as a kid
nice.
and got
Yeah,
to do
that's
my
awesome.
comm, my Alberta comm. I'm also
You're enough.
okay.
Well,
Ready.
we making you talk, so that's kind of on us.
It's a
Because I couldn't, like, from the smell of the plant, didn't give me. But this also has a little bit of that CBD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get this.
And also a water plant, like near ponds, near riverways.
Oh, okay. So
near
kind of that might
lakes.
explain it.
Yeah.
So and it grows as a. Is it a tree or a shrub or a?
Maybe this is something that we look up because I don't remember.
Yeah, what's this one called again? Sorry,
Horsetail.
Horsetail. It's like a very ancient plant. But yeah, let's look up to be sure because I can't remember off the top.
And what are the benefits of the horsetail plant?
Definitely hair growth.
Hair
like
growth.
Cuticles,
You already said
and
that.
any of the properties that are in like your cuticles, whether different vitamins and minerals. A super mineralized plant. Horsetail is super mineralized.
Okay, so this one also says it belongs to the horsetail family.
Yeah.
I will butcher the scientific name. And it says it's also like a fern, similar to a fern.
Fern. Okay, I was gonna say fern, but I wasn't prepared to call it a fern.
Yeah, you were right.
Great. That's good. Yeah, fern. Fern. Really beautiful plant. And this was in June is when I harvested this, which more of a springtime. You can see some people actually have also called it, there's different kinds of horsetail, but one of them is like a puzzle piece plant. When I was little, I remember, because you can open up these little segments and sections and then put them back together.
Oh, cool.
If you've ever seen that before.
I don't think
I
I have.
haven't, but that's very fun. I love
Yeah.
puzzles.
It was a really fun plant as a kid to play around with, but I had no idea the name or what it was or why it was there.
It's actually very, very interesting to me. Like, for example, when you go, and I bring out Chinese a lot because tea kind of is, tea, I mean, the Camellia sinensis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure people brew the stuff all over the world. Probably before even the tea leaf itself was discovered, maybe. But there's a lot of very, very deep tea culture in China, and then you look at how they've commercialized it. Like if you go to a tea store in Pu'er, for example, in Pu'er City, or in one of these tea markets in China, it's almost like you're in a candy shop. Like they have so many different ways of processing it, that and so many different offerings that come from tea. And interestingly, it's also used in cooking. Like I was just send with this lady I was just telling you that I was chatting in China. Just send me dumpling recipe that has chopped tea leaves and ginger.
Oh, totally.
And radish in it, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, you used it in the restaurant. You made London fog creme brulee.
Yeah, I made creme brulee for flavoring the cream and stuff, but like actually chopping the teas itself and putting in a dumpling, I would have not thought of that.
Yeah.
But or cooking, with it. But in terms of like what's interesting to me in North America, especially like in a place like Canada, I feel like we have the more anywhere you look, like we're really good at commercializing everything, packaging it and like selling it. You know what I mean? It's like it's the capitalism mindset of like commercializing and profiting from everything. And then you come to know all these like different plants, indigenous plants here that like have medicinal qualities or even good taste. Like I would drink a few of these things. I would just drink it. There's at least a couple I drink it just because it tastes good. And it's very interesting. We haven't really don't have it like the Labrador tea isn't available commercially, or is it? I'm not aware.
I've never found it commercially available.
There's some places that you can find different teas, such as the Enjoy Center. I know that they'll have different foraged plants.
And do you think they're doing small batches, but foragers around, like local foragers and stuff?
I would imagine so, or they would be ordering from somewhere in Canada. I know that a lot of people are looking to find indigenous makers who are offering teas for people too. And I think a lot of people just don't know. You know, maybe they see these plants around, but they don't know the name, let alone what its uses, or if they could even have it or not. Now, this will be really interesting because...
Yeah, this looks like a mush almost.
Okay, so this is dandelion root.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use the entire plant of the dandelion. You can use the leaves, you can eat the flowers, you can use the root. And the way that I've prepared this is by roasting the root. So I've harvested root, dandelion root. I've chopped it up. I've roasted it in my oven as if you would roast coffee beans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've ground it down into a powder.
Roasted it from fresh?
From fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, roasted it from fresh.
And did it kind of like, once you roast it, was it like, did you just, what, did it like dry out or crisp up a little?
Yeah, so it dries, and then it gets a little bit crispy, kind of like a coffee bean.
Mm-hmm. And then you brew it how?
The way that I brew it is like coffee, actually. So I have a little filter, and then I'll pour it through the filter.
Do a pour over?
I do a pour
so,
over.
Essentially here,
we can
work, I think.
Yeah.
This has a filter here.
Yeah, let's give it a go. It's quite fine.
Is that too much, or should I put
that'll be a little bit more?
a little bit more?
That's perfect.
Is that good?
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah,
The color also is like
earthy.
very...
People use it actually as
You could color probably
a coffee
fabric.
substitute.
No, you guys could color fabric with this, no?
Good question.
Because it already dyed my finger.
Dyed your fingers. We could try some parts with the dyeing process. We have to be careful about what is color fast and what is light fast. So beets, for example, they'll dye something, but they'll wash out or they'll fade through the
Okay,
light.
so because you can dye something doesn't mean
that
work.
we use it for our blankets. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also curious.
This definitely needs better filtering, I would say.
Yeah.
But not terrible, though.
Oh, it kind of smells like sunflower seeds.
Oh,
From
interesting.
all over there?
Yeah, well, no, I smelled this.
No.
But to me, like, it smells like
Oh
sunflower
yeah, it does.
seeds.
It totally does.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the roots are like they're kind of white gray.
Yeah, and it is. So is this your coffee or?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
so
don't
dark.
drink a lot of coffee, but I love dandelion root. And actually, there's quite a few people.
Are you ready to?
I am now, yeah. There's quite a few people who are growing dandelions and creating this here in Alberta. I'm not sure if they're at the farmer's market this year. I haven't seen them this year, but the Dandy couple, they actually they specify in dandelion tea, and they'll mix things like mint in with their dandelion and have a couple different blends. But it's, they're really lovely. It's like an elderly couple that just
Very nice.
at the market with dandelion
I
tea.
definitely get the coffee taste from this. I see
It
that.
does, yeah. It totally has.
Yeah.
It's got like the aftertaste. Oh, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it
Very
even
interesting,
has the
yeah.
color and everything too. Yeah, and you roast it like you would a bean, which I think is cool.
You know what it tastes like? It's like drip coffee, like very.
Yeah.
I don't want to say cheap because but it tastes a little bit like cheap drip coffee.
Mm-hmm. And
Don't you think like?
you could
like,
probably
like you'd
gauge
get out of
your-
like drip coffee you could buy just buy out of a grocery store kinda.
totally. Yeah, you could probably gauge your amount, like how strong you want to make it to, just like coffee as well.
Oh, okay.
And it is also a digestive, just like coffee.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You ever tried putting like milk or sugar in this, like making it like a coffee?
I love honey.
Honey, okay.
Yeah, honey and milk is.
I also actually prefer honey. Yeah.
Same with my mint tea. For whatever reason, milk and honey in a mint tea is my favorite way to have mint.
Interesting. You want that one?
A little bit, yeah.
This is like. No, this is something you can make a business out of. Like you could make this and
Totally.
sell it as a
Definitely
coffee
could.
substitute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a healthy coffee substitute. Like a lot of people
Yes.
might buy this. Because this actually does this. It's already out there.
It is happening. Yeah.
So I wasn't a genius here.
But somebody. Well, it's always curious about how things come to be. Who decided to take the dandelion root and roast it? I'm not sure.
Someone tried it.
Someone tried it and then came to this, which is such a beautiful drink. And yeah, it's very good for you. It's good for your digestion. Dandelions in general are such a super...
And they're so abundant.
Plant. They're so abundant. You just want to make sure that they're not sprayed. So if you're going to go out and forage for leaves,
so if you're on a grass field or whatever,
you just want to make sure that it's not sprayed. So if your own backyard is not sprayed, great. Making sure that your neighbors around you aren't spraying as well.
People also love spraying dandelions because...
They love them because they're abundant, but they're very good for us.
No, they like spraying it because they spray it. I mean,
yeah,
because there's a lot of them. They want to get rid of it.
So much of them. And yet so much, like, for example, the tansy that we use for the blankets, it is also an invasive weed, but it creates such a beautiful dye. So we can go out and just forage it in industrial areas or wherever it is, because we're not drinking it as tea, and use it for dye baths. So we have an abundance of dye, like a really rich yellow color, which then we can over dye with indigo or whatever it is that we want.
We have indigo here as well. Like as a plant, or is that a color? Indigo is a color.
It's a color. It's a plant.
It's a plant as well.
And we were sourcing from a women's collective in Bangladesh, I believe, but now we've found a source who grows it here in Edmonton.
Oh, really?
Which is wild. So yeah, we'll be meeting with him in the next month to talk about sourcing the indigo here, which is really cool.
If you could pick like any herb, any plant to like find and try, do you have one that's like at the top of your list?
That I haven't found?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such an interesting question. Wow. Not something I've thought of.
Do you have a plant bucket list?
Plant bucket list.
Something like that.
You'd
love to see in the wilderness.
I definitely have a list of some mushrooms, but thinking about plants, oh, I love that. It's been really cool diving into my herbalism course because I'm starting to learn the names of plants that I've never seen, and it before this it has always been the other way around, where I have not known a plant or its name, and then I find out about that plant through
someone or
through there was like it's a story that ends up happening or something that ends up unfolding for me. So that's a really curious question. I know for a really long time I was searching for blue lotus as a tea, and it's also a smoke blend. You can use blue lotus in a smoke blend, and it's really good for dream time. Oh, so that's a plant that I would love to see not dried. Like I'd love to, and I think I'd have to go to Egypt for that unless someone was growing it in their garden.
Sorry, which plant is that again?
Blue lotus.
A blue lotus?
Yeah, the blue lotus plant. That would be one that comes to the top of my mind, but I'll have
Is that something that grows in Canada?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Google that.
Yeah, we can Google it to see if anything is here.
I have a feeling I actually read something about that. It grows in Asian countries, I think.
Yeah, I was told.
This is very nice.
Egypt. This is the mint. Yeah.
Yep, very nice peppermint.
The top result is North and tropical Africa, as well as Asia and the Mediterranean.
Okay, so lots of different. I have many different opportunities.
Yeah, you've got a few choices.
About the plants, yeah.
Pick where you want to travel to.
Yeah, it's a really.
If you just go from North Africa into Asia, probably find it somewhere.
Find it somewhere, yeah. I really love. I did have the opportunity to go to Nepal for a month, quite a few years ago. And we went to some tea gardens there and got to see tea that has been...
Yeah, Nepal has definitely.
A lot. And like rows and rows of really beautiful...
Have you heard about the tea horse road?
No.
So this is a trade route. It's a very ancient old trade route and very dangerous to navigate. That goes from Yunnan, China, starts from there, and it has 5 different main paths. it has a main path and 5 different avenues that sub paths, I guess. Again, I'm learning more about it. I might not be 100% right about any of these things I'm talking about. So, but if you Google it, there's quite a bit of information out there about it. The ancient tea horse road, and one of the tea farmers I was connecting with was telling me that there is a lot of folk songs in Chinese about because it was such a hard to navigate trade route, and about stories of like husband going to deliver tea on this tea route, on this trade route, and all the pain of waiting for your loved one to come back, or are they gonna make it? Is there gonna be a storm? That kind of a lot of folk songs about that type of thing. And Nepal is basically at the end of the tea horse road. Nepal is not there. India is at the end, but it goes from China through Nepal into India.
Wow. Yeah.
Through the mountains, because tea grows on the mountains in those areas. So there is this is not a road that you can drive on. It's like a trail in the mountains, essentially.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when I was there, we were trekking, so we were by foot and getting to be in the villages without. Yeah, and I love that you brought up songs, and also I've been very interested in folktales. Like the way that songs or folktales will capture symbolism or medicine of different plants. For example, this January, I was doing a deep dive into Briar Rose, which is the original folktale of Sleeping Beauty. And in that folktale, there's, of course, the rose. So there's a ton of symbolism around the rose as a plant, and flax, because that in the story is what they're spinning. And when you go into the deep dive of the folktale, you start to learn what the medicine of flax is just from the tale, because it's also, flax is a woman's medicine. And the story of the original folktale of Sleeping Beauty or Briar Rose is a woman's medicine. It's a woman's coming of age story. It's the time where a woman comes of age and has her first bleed. And not that many people know that the original folktale is about that. But the way that songs or stories carried traditions and carried the medicine of whatever it was. Like I'm sure that maybe in Cree culture or in another Indigenous culture, there would be a song or a story about Horsetail or about Usnea, about any of these plants. And those are things that I'm only just starting to learn. Is then, okay, so you have these plants or you have this knowledge, and then you have the protocol to go have a relationship. How do you pass on that knowledge in a way that invokes care or invokes relationship or invokes something, coming back to storytelling, how each of these plants have come into my life has been through some sort of story. And really a lot of my life has been being with the plant, and not only am I receiving the medicinal body benefits of the plant, there is some sort of symbolism that happens within my life when a plant shows up in my life too. And that's right. I think that's the beauty of those traditions that can be lost sometimes in the fast-paced world, which is, perhaps.
Yeah, it's very interesting you mentioned the fast pace of the modern world, and how I feel like there's definitely a big wave of it's not new. It's probably started in 60s and 70s in the Western world, and it's catching up in I think in other parts of the world as well right now. It's like a wave of postmodernism essentially, and I think there's definitely a dismissive nature to postmodernism when it comes to valuing tradition. And it's interesting that you brought up that the value of tradition and these things that almost becoming lost arts, that I think we're so wrapped up in all this new stuff that we might lose some really valuable stuff, really valuable things. And you know, it's interesting because we always talk about like cooking is a lost art in a way. And it's something that's so so necessary and so primary for us. It's still, we're able to, if we're not careful, we might lose it. Like 2 generations down, my kid might not know how to make anything, you know, at home, or like, whereas like you go 2 generations back, my grandma made everything from scratch at home, even the bread, right? So it's one of those things I feel like I'm finding now a little bit more that I'm a very modern person. Like I'm very up on the technology and up on the latest trends of kind of trends and thoughts and you know, ways of life that kind of emerges. But I feel like there's definitely, I find a lot of respect for tradition. Like I feel like it's in a way kind of ignorant to dismiss tradition, you know, like, because there's so much there that I think that's been earned through, you know, we're in such a world and information is so accessible that I think we take for granted how much knowledge is stored in people these days, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like there's no way that AI could have connected me to these plants in the way that they were connected to me. You know, there's no way that I could have had the passion that I have for these plants if I was just researching them online. And I have a particular relationship with the land because of that, and particular relationship with the people of this land because, you know, my ancestry is from Ireland, and I honor that when I'm here, and I honor that when I'm connecting to the plants here and letting them know, you know, there's songs that I have that are in Gaelic, and I'll sing Gaelic songs while I'm foraging plants here on this land. And it's good to have both. Like, it's good to be using the tools of the modern time. I think there can be also a way that some folks push it away and then they're not able to reap the benefits of having them, and making sure that we're honoring the traditions that feel like they're life-giving for the world. Yeah, I appreciate tea for that reason and what you're doing here. Like, I can
thank you so much.
I can tell that there's a lot of values that you're holding here with this tradition, and we're all learning. Like, it's a new thing. We don't have it all figured out. You know, I am still on the journey of learning different herbs. I'm no expert, and all we can do is just be together. And
awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this with us today. Like, you opened us up to a whole world of things that I hadn't tried. Most of these things, most of these teas, and you know, I have to wrap it up because our footages get heavy sometimes. That's for that reason too, technical reasons, really.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing tea with me on one of the hottest days of the summer. Enjoying every sip.
Thank you so much. It was a great learning experience for us.
Herbs I never would have thought.
And thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. That's
totally
amazing. Thank you, Kaylee.
You're welcome.